would you say that the inline, the four-cylinder sort of model lineup is now pretty much complete with a standard F4 and our version of the F4 plus 3 different Brutale?
We will always keep the development both of the M4, on the Brutale, on the engines. We will always go on, but this is we consolidated our four-cylinder. We will not make a four-cylinder sport tourer or something like that. Or we have the three-cylinder platform for the other products.
Right.
This is our top range, and it's completed.
Yeah. You have already shown us the F3.
Yeah.
So I reckon the next step for you will be to launch the bike to the press, yes?
Yep.
At some point, and then for the dealerships.
Exactly. We will start pre-series of the F3 in September, and we will do full production in at the end of November. So we will produce the first 400-500 units during this year.
Yeah.
And so by Christmas the customer will have the bike more or less all over the world. This is a good news because we managed to anticipate the bike that was planned in the first quarter of 2012. We anticipated that. Plus the bike is a great bike. We have a 10 horsepower range more than the actual leader of the market, which are around 120.
Daytona, is it?
Yeah. So 125, 126. We have 10 horsepower more, which is a lot for that kind of bike. And the bike is we set the standards in the 600 with this bike because as we were talking before, we are probably a bit back in terms of electronics on the four-cylinder. On this case, we are much in front of all the others.
Yeah.
And I rode the bike myself, and I was one of the lucky to ride the bike, and the bike is fantastic.
Yeah.
And then there is the Brutale that we will present in November at the Milan show.
So it all starts now really, and with the sort of mid-range.
Yeah, because the mid-range will enable us to double sales. A minimum double sales, because one thing that I didn't say, the F3 will be priced below 12,000 euros, so it will be in direct competition with the Triumph or with the Japanese.
So because the Street Triple has been an enormous success for Triumph, so when the Brutale 675 arrives, there's no reason why it shouldn't. What do you do price-wise for the Brutale version of the 675 then? Since you go less than 12,000 for the F3.
We will be 11.9 with the F3 and 8.9 with the B3, so below
8,900.
Yeah, 8,900 with the B3, with the Brutale. So direct competition with the Triumph R and with the Ducati 796. This is our market leader. Well, it's not the Gladius or the Hornet, but there's still a premium.
You don't want to go so low
no, because with this brand you cannot go. This is already a big stretch. Now we open the range in 6-7 months time. 8 months time we will be from 8,000 to 23,000. So.
So the two models that everybody expects, obviously the F3, the sport version, and then the Brutale. Everybody expects this from MV Agusta. But then also you will do other concepts with the 675 that you will not do with the
yes, because the 675 is a very good project. It's one platform, and with this platform we can work on different bikes. And at the moment we are focusing on the F3, which is finalizing the industrialization to ready to start production. The B3, which is in industrialization, and we are working also on a third bike, which is I don't know how can I call it, but let's say it's an MV Agusta interpretation of what could be a motard.
Ah, yeah, good choice. So you've told so CRC in San Marino, they have something that we will not see until, is it 2012 maybe?
Yes.
Or maybe later as well.
No. I think there's a good chance. If we work well, there's a good possibility that we see this bike at 2012. So
yeah,
not this EICMA, the next one.
Yeah.
And yes, CRC is working really hard. We have 40 people down there, and they're managed by our president, which is head of R&D now and of design.
Yeah.
And then
she's Giovanni Castiglioni, your father.
My father, yes. And they are working really well on that. So I think they showed it with the F3. It's great.
Yeah. Everybody. Nobody has a bad word to say about any of those, any MV Agusta, I think. But so Adrian Morton, I know him a little bit. Is he one of the lead designers on the projects? Because I know he did lots of work on the F3, I think.
Yeah. He worked. Adrian is a great designer and worked on the F3 on my father's directions, and he interpreted the bike. I think he got all the points for a good bike.
Yeah.
And it's difficult because some people, some clients or competitors' clients criticize us because they say, "Oh, you do always the same bikes." No, it's much easier to develop a completely new bike. You say to the designer, do something crazy, and it's easy. Then to step by step increase and make your bike better, without offending the old bike, the old customer, and without losing your identity. No, I think that the most important thing that the readers should get from this interview is that take a bike, any bike you want. There are a few that are obvious, no? Cover the brand. Tell me what bike it is. 90% of the time you don't know. With an MV Agusta, you know. You say this is an MV. Like with some other bikes of the competitor that have strong identity, and it's very bad to lose your identity. So we keep working on that, like Porsche does. Evolution, not revolution.
And Porsche was one of the world's most profitable companies a few years ago as well. Yeah. So they must be doing many things right.
They do many things right. Yeah. The company was bankrupt in 1980, and almost, and they almost they became the most profitable company in the world on the automotive. So.
Could you see potentially some like a company like Porsche or one of the big German car firms be interested in investing in Agusta in the future? Are you open for any such, because
not really, because
you want to keep it.
I think if you want to make this company well, we had experience now, and big companies. I had to experience, and I think that big companies, small companies like MV Agusta should become family owned or anyway small. If you go on into the big corporation, then it's difficult to manage these companies because they become heavy. The structure become heavy.
How has it been for you to sort of grow up with the MV Agusta brand? Because it's 20 years ago now since Cagiva first bought MV Agusta, and then it's been with Proton and Harley Davidson and another investment group. So how has it been growing up with this big glorious brand?
Well, I grew up in the motorcycle world since really I was born, because this company was a Cagiva company was established in '78. I was born in 2 years later.
Yeah.
So I'm almost as old as this building.
Yeah.
And
good.
Well, of course, then we purchased Ducati. We did, I think, a great job. My father did a great job with Massimo Bordi to relaunch that company when that was finished, and did bikes like the Monster and 916. Then Husqvarna relaunched that brand as well, and then the Agusta. I started. I tell you, and I started the F4. I have the first F4. I have a collection of bikes, and I have the first F4, but not the one presented to the public. The development bike.
No.
And it was a 916 with a 4-cylinder engine with the Cagiva logo.
Yeah.
So it should have been a new Cagiva, because the Cagiva at the time was racing in GP 500. So it would have been a new Cagiva 4-cylinder special bike and sport bike. Then we sold Ducati, and a few years back, MV Agusta was acquired, but was in the in the wardrobe. And the importance of the logo that I was saying before, when my father and Massimo Tamburini developed the first F4, we had to option the Cagiva logo and then put the MV Agusta logo, and it was something different already. And so I started, it was the 1997 that MV Agusta started this adventure.
Yeah.
And to tell you the truth, it was a bit strange because I'm young and I didn't know MV Agusta. Although I was of course I know because Giacomo Agostini is a friend of ours, and I know that he won a lot with MV Agusta, and MV Agusta makes helicopters, so I knew the company. I know that we acquired the brand, but I wasn't sure that this brand could have been successful because I didn't know the history as much as people at 50. And it's incredible that how this brand has been relaunched. And first, target customer were 50s and old, people that used to love the racing, and when MV Agusta was a myth. Now our customer is 30, and with the 600 will be from 2018. So, and it's very difficult to launch a brand. Many brands, there are many brands in the world, and probably brands are more historical even than MV Agusta, and didn't have success. It's not easy. A brand cannot go without a product without a brand. So it was a good MV Agusta experience for me.
Yeah, I think this is people know your family for doing this, for being one of the best to launch, a brand that has been gone and then coming back again. So because now you have both Ducati, MV Agusta, and Husqvarna as examples. So now you have to maybe bring up your own brand again, Cagiva, because now it's been quiet with Cagiva for a while, hasn't it?
Well, Cagiva is a sleeping brand.
Yeah.
I believe there is if you ask me what would you do with Cagiva, I would say I would do the Elephant. Cagiva Elephant 1200 twin cylinder and good price ratio, quality. It is an option, but at the moment we consider we cannot do. We are small, and if we do many things at a time, we end up in problems. So better to do. Even the products that we're doing comes a month, 2 months, 6 months later. It's not important. It's better to have a successful product at the right, even if it's a bit later on. Cagiva we will see. I think the Agusta has a more chance to be successful than Cagiva. So first we do this project. When this project is finished, in 5 years we can think about it.